Oh, are we already on?
Yes, we are.
We'll do it live!
Moo Moo, no! Moo Moo, come back! Moo Moo!
This is the saddest I've ever heard Laura.
Moo Moo, come back! You're gonna be my co-host.
What, is this your show then?
Yes, it is now. It's Moo Moo's show. Welcome to the Moo Moo Show, the Moo Moo Show, the Moo Moo Show. Welcome to the Moo Moo Show. It's no longer about Jake.
It was never about me.
Yeah. It
But
is
now
all
it's about Kat.
Moo Moo. You're a good kitty, Moo Moo.
She's trying to escape, you know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, she's gone.
Well, after all, she is Christopher's cat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she still likes you.
Yes, but she doesn't like me as much as Christopher. She sat on the floor.
No.
She's just there.
Why were you saying that as if that was like a massive shock?
She never sits on the floor. Oh, she wants to leave now.
She's sitting on the floor right now.
Moo Moo.
Ugh, sorry, our guest host today is being slightly controversial.
She decided she did not want any part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Ugh.
Well, that's just really rude of her, frankly.
Well, after all, she is a cat.
I was gonna do the intro and I'm like, we've probably already started by now.
Well, you might as well do one for good. Stop staring at me, Moo Moo! Sorry.
You need to leave this in so that people can see that you are an animal abuser.
Yes.
You are very abusive to animals. Moo Moo suffers every day while she's here. Oh, God.
Well, do I have to bleep that out now?
What?
Because no swearing, is that classed as a swear word?
What, God?
No.
You can say I imagine.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I think YouTube actually only checks the first few minutes of videos anyway. So the first few minutes...
So if I just bleep this whole time, everyone will be wondering what we've said.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that would be funny. I think you should do that.
How about we say some swear words right now? So, and I will mute them. And people will not know because now we want to not be swearing as much. Oh, I was going to go... Wow, what a big swear word I just said there that you will not know.
I didn't know you were racist.
That is not a racist term.
Guys, cancel Laura for being a bigoted racist.
Okay. Well, nobody knows what you said.
I said...
But nobody knows that you said that. And nobody knows I said poopy poopy bum bum.
I said the letters...
What you don't know is I'm going to blur your entire face.
You're
that
just
whole
going to
time.
blur the half of the...
It would just be me.
I don't know
you.
if people would want to watch that.
Well,
frankly.
that's true. I'm not very interesting on my own.
But yeah, if we do say a bad word, I suppose you should maybe only really censor it in the first few minutes, because YouTube only checks the first few.
Because what if they actually decide, you know what, Magical Tea Party, I'm going to check your entire video.
They just skip through to like 26 minutes into here where I'm like, you sucking.
You done? I'm gonna hate us both for doing this at the beginning.
You suggested it.
Well, yeah. I regret my decision.
Hello and welcome to T&D&D, where we've definitely been talking for like 3 minutes without an intro. And Laura's gonna start crying.
Yeah.
My beautiful system!
Yeah.
They're not gonna be exactly an hour long!
Leave me be.
We're gonna talk about things other than D&D.
This is fine, because that's very true.
I've just realised whenever I made like the crying sound, the sound
the
waves
waveforms,
like peaked. Because of how I'm very good at being loud.
Yes.
So, but not shouting. I am a master of the art of projection. The cat is there. It's a distraction.
Yes.
We are podcasting. Picture that there are only the flowers.
I mean, the flowers are kind of blocking her off, but I have to keep going like this if I want to see her.
Did you see her? Did you say her?
No, I said her.
Oh, I heard.
I swear to God.
And you were like, I need
that.
to turn around the side to see it.
No!
That's right, guys. Laura loves cat bum.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
We are now officially famous
Yes.
because we have hit 1,010 at this point.
Actually, 11 I checked this morning.
What if someone else has subscribed during that time space?
Well, let's see.
1,011.
I was right.
And now we are able to be annoying and put advertisements on our videos, so you
But
guys
not
don't hate
too
us.
annoying, because I deliberately decided against having the non-skippable ones. Because I thought, they are horrible. I hate when videos have non-skippable ads. So, yeah.
I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get them. And if I were to actually watch one of our videos, it would just give us like a tiny bit of money.
Yeah. But anyway,
That's pretty cool.
if you're not like Jake and don't have YouTube Premium and feel like you would like to support the channel out, please feel free to watch the advert. I mean, some of them are only like 15 seconds.
Mostly what happens is that we'll get
and don't
revenue
have
on a
ad
click.
blocker on,
Yeah.
because ad blocker doesn't help us.
No. But hey, I think it's not like it's worth it. Just 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And
10,
hey.
15 seconds. And you directly support me and Jake.
So that we can afford to save up just in case bits of our equipment break, because
That
all
has
of it's
happened
on
already.
the older side.
Yeah, it is.
We're working with this lovely Yeti of blueness is the newest
That's
thing
the
that
newest
we have.
thing, yeah.
And that's a good year old at this point.
It actually is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The camera that we currently use is discontinued, so that gives you a sign that it's old.
It's vintage. We could sell it for 5 times as much.
No,
That's how it works.
no. And we also had some camera equipment literally quite blow up in our face. So we had to
happens.
replace that. So, it happens. Ooh, I swore. Oh no, I've got to bleep that.
You have to bleep that. We're not 10 minutes in yet. And we actually started like a minute and a half after this.
I gotta stop swearing.
You do.
Ah!
You and your potty mouth.
Yes, I know.
Your poopy mouth. Your bad language.
Yeah.
So we can talk a bit about D&D, I guess, but the main thing we're kind of here to talk about is, hey, we have hit a very important milestone because we've like unlocked a lot of YouTube things. There's still some things that we don't have. Like, I think we need more for the community tab or something.
I'm not. I have no idea.
It's complicated. There's a lot of things that YouTube does. But we are now in the global elite of YouTube content creators.
Yes.
Because we are now over 1,000, which means that you all have to subscribe. Like, it's not even just something we can suggest anymore. It is a legal requirement to click on the subscribe button and join the Discord in our description and comment and like. You legally have to do it. Okay. So yeah, make sure that you do that. Otherwise, I will be contacting the authorities. Our legal team
be sued.
Will be taking care of it as quick as possible. So make sure that you are indeed complying with our community guidelines.
Yes. Quite literally.
But hey, it's pretty cool that we've got that. I like it. So I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a flashback for us, if you will, to when we started, which was summer last year.
Yes, it was actually.
Was I 15 when we started?
Yeah, no. No, you weren't.
I feel like I was.
No, you weren't, because we uploaded the first video on the 30th of June.
How long did it take you to edit, is the question.
Couple days.
Okay, so I just turned 16.
I actually remember what happened on that day, because we took Pip for a walk and she tripped you up when you ran with her and you had scrubs all up your arm.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned it in the video.
My hand's better. You know, before recording, went out and walked the dog, and it ran very fast, and so did I, and then proceeded to trip me up. So that was fun.
And I lost my wristband thingy that we'd had at the
Yeah.
time.
Did you end up finding it?
Yeah, I went back to
Oh,
get
yeah,
it
you did.
before we'd started recording,
Oh, yeah.
and it was still there. Still got it to this day. It's just hanging around.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, that was like the first thing that we did. One of our most popular videos is actually the first.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
Maybe
because
I might be able to insert some clips.
yeah, you probably put like the most effort into that one out of most things.
Yes, I did. Was that the one that I put the Gary Gygax on?
And I didn't buy any of it. I just used a PDF. I'm sorry, Gary Gygax. Please don't kill me.
You put Gary Gygax. You made Cheesy Jake in that video.
I think that was a... Was that one? I don't know. I made
Yeah,
it...
that was the first one.
No, that was the second one.
What is
The
it?
second video is when I did Cheesy Jake.
Oh, hello. How the f*** did you get into my house?
Are you sure? Because because the first one I was like, my hand's better, and then the
Yeah.
second one I did the funny turnaround and like,
Yeah, and that's when I put
how
Cheesy Jake.
how the heck did you get into my house?
Yes.
But I actually said a different word.
Which we no longer say on this channel because money.
Back in the day when you were extremely passionate about editing,
Yes.
and now you still
I still
enjoy
edit
it,
and I
like-
still don't mind doing it, but I don't put in as much effort now. I think it solidly took me a while to do those edits.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. It takes longer than most people think, unless you're like a super expert at it,
Yeah.
which you're
Well,
good
not.
at it, but you're not
Good,
a
but
super
I'm not,
expert.
Yeah. I just do basic editing now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like we need big, fancy stuff.
No, not at all. We don't need that. But yeah, we've been regularly making videos for longer than a year now.
Yeah.
It was you that suggested this, wasn't it?
Yes, I did, actually.
Yeah, you did. This was
Because-
Laura's idea, not mine. Believe
Yeah.
it or not. You would have
Well-
thought it was me because
Yeah.
I'm like the more open, charismatic dude who likes being in front of a camera.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I suggested it. But I've always had YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Still, that's one that exists in the deep depths of despair.
If I knew the name, I'd plug it right now just for
I
your...
do know the name. I'm not saying it.
I thought you wouldn't.
I might include a clip.
You might? Which one?
Things
we do in the snow.
Oh god, that'd be funny.
I might include a clip.
Eat snow. Yum.
I'd love that.
I won't include any of Christopher's parts because Christopher probably doesn't want to be in it. So I'll just include the bits that I'm in.
Yeah, of course. But we'd started with the Waterdeep series, and I think that was the only thing
Yeah.
we were really doing until I yeeted Curse of Strahd in there a bit after. Let's have a
Yeah.
look.
But the main reason I think I suggested it to you was because, well, like I say, I've always had YouTube channels. Most of the time when I was like 8, 9, 10, whatever. And then I think as soon as, well, when I met you, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe we could do a YouTube thing, because, you know, I have all this equipment, because I studied photography.
And
in the
I
past.
study
Drama.
performing arts.
Yeah.
So
So I was like, well, hey, I can use Photoshop. I can do very basic editing, although I had to completely learn a whole new software to be able to do it. But, you know, I've got basic editing, I've got all of the lights, the camera, etc., etc. And you liked D&D quite a lot, so I was like, well...
liked past tense. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, you hate it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have no more passion for D&D
No,
at all.
it sucked all the life out of me. I don't want to do it
Yeah.
anymore. It's not like I'm really bummed that our game got cancelled today or anything.
Did it?
Yeah. But yeah, I started with Waterdeep, and then basically we just started pretty much with a bunch of like singular series in mind that I started doing.
Yeah.
So did Waterdeep, then spells and subclasses came into the equation, and then monsters, and just all of those appeared, and then we were juggling a lot of series and stuff that I slowly started shifting around and messing with
Yeah.
because of whatever I was passionate about at the time.
Yes.
So yeah,
We also tried several stream games, none of which probably
mainly
worked.
tech issues.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully in
happens.
the future we'll be able to get something better.
we should have a proper stream set up in a year
Yeah.
or two, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Because
So please watch the adverts, support the channel so that we can get an in-person stream game.
yeah,
That will not, hopefully not die because of tech issues or internet issues.
yeah.
So, yeah. Please watch the adverts because that really helps.
I imagine there are ways that we could do it right now with this sort of setup.
Well,
the
I
only
can
real
imagine we
thing
just
that would
don't have
be-
the room, and some of our players aren't camera. Well, Rob's kind of camera shy.
Well, I'd rather it be in person.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And people are at uni and far away.
Yeah. So we'd likely do like another thing that we're not doing yet.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always try and do a one shot. That's a suggestion.
We could do a one shot and just see how that goes. Make Ryan do it.
Yeah. Ryan, eyes are on you. Jake, stare at the camera. Ryan.
He's like one of the only people in our group that haven't run a game at this point.
Oh yeah, because I've run too.
You've ran
I
two.
forgot
Ash
I
is running an ongoing campaign.
To be
so
fair,
is
I do
James.
want to do a one shot at some point.
Yeah. What, for this or just in general?
Well, I mean, in general, I think there'd be so much more pressure on me if there was a camera, and it was like
What, you-
I would have to do it non live streamed.
Are you getting that little itch to try again?
Yeah. I just like doing funny stuff that's just, you know,
If you'd like, we can like make it together because you don't really like the part of actually running it.
yeah.
I've noticed. You make it and you do all this cool stuff, and the moment it gets in the game, you're like, oh god, I have to actually do it.
Yeah, I panic. I get all these great ideas for like world building and characters, and then when I eventually have to come into it, I panic because I'm not very good at talking when it comes to, improv is where I'm not good, and when it's directly at me and it's like, now you talk, Laura, and I'm like, what now?
Well, I just do that to you anyway, and like
Well-
other people in our group do that as well.
Yeah, but I'm not having to think about everything else.
You're just thinking about
I-
a singular character.
Yeah, whereas when I did the DM things, I had to think about everything, and I was like, oh lord, what
Yeah.
now? I feel like if I did end up doing another one shot, it would probably be like 0 voices, minimal effort.
I mean, the one that I did had little to no voices. It was basically a quick dungeon crawl and a massive combat.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of like Candyland.
Candyland. Let's
Something like that.
let's save this for later. Let's use this later in the podcast.
Okay.
Let's make it
Later in this podcast or in a different one.
in this one.
Okay.
That can be a little segment we'll do later. Stay tuned for that. We might start making a little one shot right here. Why
Yes, and while we're at it, and I'm thinking of it, I'm going to plug the Discord again, because if you have any suggestions, questions, or just generally want to talk to Jake or myself, more Jake than me because you're watching this for Dungeons and Dragons, join the Discord. It is a great place, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also subscribe, because now that we have got 1,000 subscribers, we have some cool things planned.
Got some stuff coming up, maybe.
Yes, which we've not filmed yet.
We might start doing
But
it. It really just
depending
depends.
on when this goes out, we might have done.
Perhaps.
As with filming right now, we haven't. But when this goes out, we might have done.
We're kind of making up this entire channel as we go along.
Yeah, we're just winging it.
Most of the things that we do are kind of spur-of-the-moment decisions on both of our behalves. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of me, it's like, I want to do a Tomb of Annihilation episode today. I'm going to do Waterdeep. I don't know why. And then for you, it's just you messaging me on Discord, like, I've had a thought.
Yes.
What if we just change everything?
Well, yeah.
And that's how we work, which actually I think keeps us pretty fresh. The one
Yeah.
consistent thing with us that you can absolutely rely on is that there's always going to be module videos.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that has never changed. I have
Yeah.
consistently been doing those the entire time.
Yeah.
Because I've ran a lot of them. And I've
Yeah.
got plenty of juice in Tomb of Annihilation, some in others. But they're the only real ones I've completed, per se. So after Tomb of Annihilation, I might stop.
Dun dun dun, you're gonna break the continuation of the modules.
Either that, or I'll just run another module that I have.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you, really.
I'll run Horde of the Dragon Queen. Best module.
I thought you said that one was bad.
Exactly. That's
Oh.
the joke.
I see.
But yeah, we've been doing this thing for a whole year.
Well, technically over a year now, because
over a year.
it's July.
A year and a month.
Yes.
Year
Which
and a
is
month.
quite surprising, really, that we've got 1,000 subscribers so quickly, because most people it takes like between 1 and 3 years to get this many
We did it in one.
subscribers. Yeah?
I think one of the main reasons that we did that is because I'm just the sexiest man on earth.
Yes.
And we're also quite consistent.
Yes, yeah, and I think what helped us is when we stopped going from 2 videos to 3 videos a week. When we did that in January, and then we went back down because I felt overwhelmed.
Yeah, we're back to 2 now, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's working because we have 2 completely different kinds of things.
Yes.
And then I imagine if we were to ever start doing a 3rd again, it would be running a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that could be cool. There's one channel that's really managed to do it, I've noticed. Probably like one of the most popular ones. Arcane Arcade, which is actually like a sub-channel of that XP to level 3 guy that I talk about a lot. And they're managing to maintain themselves really well, and they've been doing it for like 3 years as a separate thing, just running games and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of their shit's cool. They did a one-shot where people just made their characters on the spot, and some dude was playing like a washed-up 80s like disco Swedish producer.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend watching Arcane Arcade if you want to see some
You
stream
better
games.
link me their channel so I can put it in the description.
It's called Arcane Arcade.
I'm gonna link it in the description. Please send me a link to it.
So I guess we can dish out some random facts about our process running this.
Yeah,
One
yeah, sure.
is our name deciding process was really random.
Yeah, it was really.
You went on a dive into like various D&D terms and role-playing game terms.
Yeah.
And looking through all of them, Magical Tea Party stuck out. I
Yeah,
think it's
and
like
the meaning of it was making stuff up on the spot, and
That feels right. Especially
when I
with
read
me.
it, I was like, hold on a second, doesn't Jake just improv all of his D&D games anyway that
Yeah.
aren't modules?
I was very heavy improv DM at the time.
Yeah, so I was like, this is a great idea, why don't I suggest this? And then I suggested it to you, you liked it, and then we put it forward to the rest of the Magical Tea Party crew, and they all liked it.
I just really like the aesthetic of it. I don't know, it felt unique.
Yeah, I mean, it in a way, it is D&D, but not to, like, everybody else, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, well, whenever you search Magical Tea Party on YouTube before we exist, it was all like princess parties.
It was like
tea
ASMR
parties and-
1 hour teapots clinking and little fairy twinkles.
Yeah.
Now when you search it, we're still not first, but we're there.
Yeah, we're up there.
We're on that first page, I think.
Yes, well, a couple of videos are. I
Yeah.
imagine our top videos.
Probably. Our top videos are teetering around 4.5k right now.
Yes, which
is
if we
interesting.
come back to this in a year, it might be something different.
We should do that. We should make a habit of that.
Yeah.
So our first video was uploaded. Let me check. We'll have a look.
It was on the 30th of June. I swear it was.
30th June. I'll double check that for you.
You know, you can sort by when it was uploaded.
Or
So you
I
don't
can
have
just
to
scroll all
scroll.
the way down.
That's a lot of effort.
I'm a traditionalist. 30th of June.
I was
So maybe
correct.
every 30th of June we can kind of go back and evaluate some of the progress that we've had. And
I mean, we're a
about
little
that.
bit late.
I will say that our quality has definitely increased.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Production, not really at all. Because
Well,
we've had the exact same stuff. We've
yeah.
just, over the last maybe month and a half, we've shifted from that side of the room to this side.
Yeah.
Because this side's kind of better.
I mean, I feel like for the podcast, definitely. The way that this is structured, I'm not going to film this room because the rest of it's quite a mess.
It's messy right behind that camera.
Yeah. Basically, it's like one of those out of like the house buildings that's like a summery kind of thing. You know, you eat in here and like etc. etc. So like the big table and chairs and sit down stuff's there, but I think the reason why this side is better is because it's got a coffee table, it's more spread out for like talking to people, whereas over there you're sort of like cramped in a bit, which works fine if it's just you.
The setup was more annoying as well.
It was,
we had
because-
to squeeze lights in between tiny table gaps.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
The camera was a bit more awkward to get right and stuff. But we're here now,
Yes.
and plus we have...
We have
This view
the
looks a
trees.
little better, I think.
It's a little bit more movable in the background. Although I imagine if my dad was ever going to do some garden work, you'd occasionally see him walking into there because that's my dad's shed.
We've been lucky so far.
Yes, he's not done any garden work recently.
So what we'd started with, our thumbnail formula has almost stayed entirely the same, looking at this.
Well, if it works,
It's
it
been
works.
working. We've shifted it a little bit.
Yeah.
We're putting my face in it more.
Yes.
I think that's a habit we need to properly get
I think
into.
yeah, I think so.
Because it gets more
I tell you
people to
what,
look.
we shall send a thing on the Discord, or
Mm-hmm.
you can comment down below. Tell us if you prefer some of the older thumbnails
Mm.
without Jake's face, or whether you'd like to see Jake's face more because it's Jake's face.
I find that my face gets people to click more purely because, you know, if you see
I mean,
a face on a YouTube video,
yeah.
you think
There's a person.
there's actually a person behind this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Goes to show. So like the first podcast episode we did in a while, of course, had that picture of me in the
had your
cafe.
face.
And then the one that we did on Waterdeep is like one of our quickest growing videos in a while because it has me just going like on it.
Yes.
And
yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah, if you want to put a poll in the Discord.
That sounds
that's
cool.
another thing, again, plug in the Discord again, because if you're not on the Discord, you really should be. It is a great place. We have some lovely people on there.
In case you didn't know, it's part of our legal requirement. Join our Discord to be a true fan.
Yeah.
We've got like 80 plus members at this point. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's a nice place. There's not very much negativity.
there's not.
You can vote on videos, although we haven't done that in a while.
We haven't, purely because I've kind of been making them up as I go along. Maybe I
yeah.
should do that again.
But you can also suggest videos. And like I say, you can directly chat to Jake.
I'm likely to reply to anything anyone ever says to me in there.
You're more likely to reply to Discord than YouTube, because
I don't
you
check
don't get
YouTube comments.
Yeah, you don't get YouTube notifications, but I get them on my phone.
I'm unlikely to see comments straight away. However, still comment because
It helps the
algorithm
algorithm.
gang.
Yes.
Nevertheless, so you changed the thumbnail font recently as well,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from using, the D&D itself font because, well...
It makes people think it's more legit, but at the same time, it also teeters along the line of, are we copyright infringing
Yeah.
by having the font and the official
and the
art
image, yeah,
behind it?
So, as you'll see in all of the thumbnails, what I've done is I've really zoomed in to part of the cover art image.
So that it's not all of the art.
Yeah.
There's occasions where you did most of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've kind of just been making it up as we go along. None of the series that we've done are entirely cancelled. Don't expect that.
Yeah.
The only one that I can confirm is cancelled is Icewind Dale and never touching that
Yeah.
abomination again.
Yeah, you weren't so keen on that one.
I was not. It's the worst module I've ever ran, and I've tried to run Storm King's Thunder before, which is... It's really weird the way that they format it. It's like, here's 2 paragraphs about every place in the world. Here's a bunch of quests in those places, but we're not going to tell you anything else about them.
Yeah.
They're just going to go to the places to do the quests and that's it. Like, you go to Waterdeep in that, and they just tell you Waterdeep is big city. Some factions
Oh.
are there. Cool.
Oh.
There might be some guards that ride on griffins. Cool.
Oh.
Like, that gives you enough to run it, but it's lame.
Yeah, it doesn't quite give it the same weight as the Waterdeep.
Like, Dragon
Module.
Heist,
Yeah.
you can confirm was...
Well, yeah, that was pretty amazing. Oops, swore again.
We're half an hour in.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna bleep them out because I am not gonna battle against our technically employer now.
Our employer. But yeah, we've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've had some attempts at games, of course, that have kind of fell through, but want to properly, like, you know, give it a shot again at some point.
Yeah, I think
Because I think that's something that you've
in-person-
wanted to do for a while.
Yeah, in-person games are definitely something that I want to get around to doing.
Cameras off.
Oh, I don't think that's been off for too long.
No, I've been checking it constantly because I saw we were around the half an hour mark.
Bing bong, it's back on. Yeah, so in-person games have always been something I've wanted to do because I think they're just more interesting than you know, when it's online. But that's just my personal opinion because I prefer seeing all like the map stuff and the little minifigures and the stuff, especially Matt Mercer's map stuff that he has. That stuff looks cool.
I want it. I want all
know.
of it. But it's like £8,000.
Yeah, plus he's got a load of drawers full of
All of the
stuff.
all of the stuff is from Dwarven Forge, an American company, and I looked into buying some of this
Ah.
stuff when it was my birthday, and I got a bunch of birthday
Shipping.
money. Shipping was around 40 quid in of itself.
Yeah, and then you'd have to pay for
Yeah.
customs on top of that.
Customs and yeah, so I was like, maybe I'll just stick with buying a few games.
Yeah.
But yeah, they seem very cool. We're not going to get there anytime soon, however. Well, hopefully you're content with both of us having those, like, fold-out map things.
Yes.
Remember when you did, like, your first little thing and you thought
I
it was
bought
gonna
all
be...
the gear. This
You
is
bought all
this
the
is just
gear.
a habit with me. I get into something really easily, buy everything for it, and then just lose the
What
habit.
happened to that animation? I haven't
Exactly.
heard
I
you
haven't done it
talk
in a
about it.
while. It was the same thing with the painting as well. I bought a lot of stuff for the painting. Have I done painting recently? No.
The only really consistent thing that I found with you is your crochet.
Yeah, because it's easy.
You've always been doing that since the day I met you.
Yeah, and I actually started literally just before I met you, I think.
I haven't started anything new ever since I met you. I've
Yeah.
not done anything new. I've stuck to what I do.
I mean, I just go through hobbies like 50 billion times.
Yeah.
I like sewing. I did that. I had a solid period of sewing where I liked that before I did crochet.
You made your own, like, entire thing.
Entire
for-
outfit. I'll see if I find that video where you recorded me
Oh,
going
yeah.
backwards on the roller skates.
That was cool. Even though I was
Yeah.
kind of like... Because I'm not physically good at all. I wasn't at the time, at least.
Well, you were giving it your best shot, and you did have a lot of progress. You let go of the wall, and I was proud of
I
you.
let go of the wall while rollerblading, guys. I'm amazing.
Roller skating, actually, you had
Skating.
quads on,
I had-
not blades.
Sorry, guys. I had quads on, not blades.
See, there you go. That's another hobby of mine that I don't do very often. Roller skating. I friggin' bought roller skates. They're upstairs in my bedroom. Have I used them since last time? No.
We should bust those out again.
Yeah, should. Did I tell you that when Christopher borrowed Dad's, it quite literally smashed all over the floor when we were at the park? The wheels did, because they were that old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway.
You guys have really been enjoying the Waterdeep. That's been our
most popular one.
most popular thing by far. The playlist has 11,000 views. I'm not fully sure what that means. That either means 11,000 people have clicked on the playlist, which I doubt.
I imagine it's the combined views of all the videos.
People who have viewed the videos in the playlist.
I imagine it's the combined.
Yeah, and the second most popular one, very closely, not tied actually, I was looking at the playthrough, is Curse of Strahd. They've been our two popular ones, because they are probably the two most famous written modules. And they're two ones that I can greatly recommend, and Tomb of Annihilation has joined that list. It's my favourite now. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah, because you're quite a big Strahd fan.
Yeah. Over the last year, in terms of starting and finishing this, my philosophy on D&D has changed quite a bit. Like, I bet you've probably noticed, but our games have become a better mix of, like, roleplay and a game.
What do you mean?
So, like, mechanicsy. More explory
yes.
and, like... Yeah. Like, still telling a story, but just with the help of some more mechanics, instead of very linear...
Yeah.
This happens, this happens, this happens. So, like, with our pirate adventure that didn't last too long because of a mostly TPK.
Yeah. I did quite enjoy that.
Yeah.
I was a little bit unsure about pirates because it's different to what I've done before, but I did like it. It was quite cool.
Yeah, it was. So I did a lot of exploration mechanics with that. There were entire sessions that were just spent getting from one place to the other.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of cool because it sets, like, the stage better when you've been working towards a place for a while. Similarly, in Tomb of Annihilation, a solid 4 to 10 sessions of that were just moving from place to place, which sounds boring, but it's awesome because they had, like, 100 random encounter possibilities or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my outlook has changed quite a bit, and I can thank Matt Colville for that, probably my favourite D&D content creator over Critical Role.
Really?
Yeah. I like Critical Role. It's great. But Matt Colville gives me, like, a proper traditionalist angle. He's been playing since, like, 1st edition, running games all the time, and he's a massive veteran. And he's given me some really sly old tricks to pull.
I did see a competition to go to Warwick Castle for a D&D themed day, and it was him. He was going to run a session.
No, that
of
was
D&D.
Matt Humes.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, he's the British. He's the most popular British dungeon master.
Yeah, because I saw somebody and I was like, hold on, that's a D&D person that you've mentioned before. And I was like, do I try to go into
Mark
this
Humes is
competition?
cool. They're like... They do all sorts. They were, like, part of the Yogs cast.
Were they?
Yeah, High Rollers, his, like, group is started in the Yogs cast.
Oh.
Because the Yogs cast did some D&D stuff.
Yes, I know, I watched that. I think that was the only one I could watch because it was split into 20-minute episodes.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that, like, shorter D&D sessions would be good for, like, a streamed game or a recorded game.
Yeah, that's what they did. They sat down and obviously played the game for 3 hours or whatever, but they recorded it and split it down into, like, 20-minute episodes. And for me, someone that can't watch a D&D 3-hour stream,
I find that I can as background
watchable.
noise.
Oh, see,
I couldn't sit down and properly watch it. I feel like I'd lose attention. Like, even if it was literally Critical Role, where they're all amazingly good actors.
I think the only one I actually sat down and watched the entire way through was Laura Bailey's Harry Potter campaign one-shot
You and
thing.
your Harry Potter.
Look, I found it so interesting, and yeah, that was the only one I think I've managed to sit down and watch the whole way through.
That's fair. But yeah, if we ever do that, I think that might be a good shout to split it up.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what I mean? Like, we'll stream, if we can stream it, then we'll stream it fully.
Yeah.
And then not VOD it, but record it, and then split it up into a bunch of little bits.
Yeah, and I think what the Yogscast did is they did an outro each time. And saying, thanks for watching, watch the next one. Blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we can do whatever. I
We
mean,
can do whatever. This podcast episode is the we're planning for the future.
Yes.
That's exactly what this
If you
is.
have any suggestions for streamed games, whether you prefer shorter videos, like what the Oxcast did, if I can find that playlist, I will link it so you can watch their D&D stuff. Or if you like sitting down for 3 hours to watch a big game.
I don't know
The
how
ice
to
cream
make
man is back.
Woo!
Oh, he stopped. I was gonna dance.
it. But yeah, we've done a lot, and we both changed a little bit.
Oh, he's going for a long time this time. Oh, he stopped.
He stopped. Expect it to come back again. And we've both changed. So how do you think you've changed in terms of your D&D-ness in the last year?
I know what spells do now.
Yeah.
And I
Like,
can
you
use better
sometimes forget you
spells.
have them,
Yeah, but...
but they're there. Like, for instance, last session on Sunday, you were like, I'm going to cast invisibility. And you were like, oh shit, I can cast it on all of us now.
Yeah.
And I was like, way!
Yeah.
She realised.
Because I was like... I had to look through the spell, because I'd forgotten that we'd leveled up.
You've gone to 9 in Warlock, so that meant your
Yeah.
invisibility hits 4 people now, which
So-
was very good timing considering.
Yeah. So I was thinking, oh god, I can only do it on me and then 2 more, and there was 4 of us there, so I was like, oh lord. And so I was like, I'm just gonna check again for some reason, and then I saw it was me plus 3, and I was like, yes, I can make us all invisible in this big castle so that woman can't find us. Thank God.
You think that Warlocks should only save their spell slots for combat. You almost entirely have been using them for invisibility, and it has been so useful.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we're in combat, really, I just save 1 slot for Dimension Door.
Just in case you need to yeet out.
Yeah, and that's about a hit. Because I have the rod thing as well, and I can
Oh
get
yeah,
one
you have the
back.
staff of you have a staff of power and a frickin'.
Oh yeah, I do! I forgot you gave me that.
Can we?
Well,
I'm gonna
I
look
have-
at Clog's character sheet one sec just to check how powerful he is.
I'm gonna hate you for that wild editing. But he is pretty powerful. He has staff of power, and he has a different staff which can let him regain.
Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Yeah, that's it. And I can regain a slot back. So I keep 1 extra slot in mind for Dimension Door.
You basically have 3
Yes.
Warlock spell slots and then a bunch of charges to use.
Yeah.
However, they don't all just come back at the end of a long rest. You need to roll 2d8 plus 4 for that.
I gathered it would have been a roll. But generally in combat, I don't really do much other than Eldritch Blast.
Which is absolutely fine. That's
Yeah.
you know,
It does the
the
damage.
Warlock bread and butter. It's like Warlock. People complain about all Warlocks taking Eldritch Blast, but it's just the same as your fighter taking a good weapon. Like
Yeah.
Warlocks, I think, should have it. It's the best cantrip in the game,
Yeah.
alongside maybe Shillelagh. Shillelagh's cool.
Yeah.
You know that one, right?
Yes, I had that one.
Yeah, you had that one.
And Leslie used it a lot.
Mhm.
But I didn't use it.
There's
as
some
it-
really good builds that you can do with it. So if you're like a ranger or something, there's a new fighting style you can pick that gives you druid cantrips. So you could have like no strength but still walk up to people with like a club and hit them like twice using your wisdom.
Ah.
So yeah. Oh my god. You have look at your saving throw section. You have 4
yes, I do.
advantages and a +2.
Oh yes, I
Your
forgot about
charisma is advantage and a +11.
that. Yeah.
Because that's a good combo. No, Gnome Warlock, don't underestimate it. You're probably the biggest counter to Big Lady.
Nice. I will Eldritch Blast her to death.
Yeah, because you're like resistant to
I
most
have
magic and stuff.
Counterspell now.
You do, yeah.
I will Counterspell her.
And you can kind of afford to waste those a little more now because you
Yeah.
can do other jazz with it. But let me
and
check
save my
your
Dimension
spellcasting.
Door.
Your spell save DC is 19. And you have +13 to hit with Eldritch Blast now.
Yes.
Uh,
I do like having a high spell save DC.
yeah. Your spell list
Makes
is so
me-
cool to look
Makes
at.
me seem stronger.
Oh, your Ring of Animal
we
Influence.
have stopped recording again.
Oh, well, that wasn't half an hour.
Maybe it's because we're running out of space.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're run out of space.
Okay. Well, at least the audio will be here.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
ju-
just going to go through and delete some.
So, hi guys, we're just an audio podcast now. By the way, when this happened last time, Laura, I was watching it through, and like the screen went black, and I thought it was a me problem, and I like refreshed the page and everything. So maybe
Oh.
next time you could like slap the thumbnail on or something.
Yeah.
Or-
I
'cause-
made a mistake in the one that we put last time because I had a black box. It was black at the beginning for a few seconds,
Yeah.
but that's because I was having some issues syncing it.
Yeah. You're a
the-
warlock with cone of cold, fireball, and lightning bolt, and
Yeah.
wall of force.
Well, I also have that ring. Was it ring?
Ring of animal influence.
Yeah, how was it?
Or you can cast animal friendship, speak with animals, and fear on
My
any
rat
animals.
army will be massive.
You can make your rat army fear you as well.
Yes. Rat army, I am your god, but I am the devil. Rah!
Yeah, your cloak's quite powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I do quite like Cloak. I think he's probably my second favourite after Patch.
do you think you might use him again at some point?
No.
No.
Well, I'm not going to reuse my characters, I'll just hate them.
Oh. Even if Cloak like lives
Hmm.
and like does the good stuff and wins and carries on.
Lord, that was a big gust of wind.
So like after Eberron or something,
Maybe.
maybe.
But-
by then you probably want a new character. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't see, for me, in my opinion, I don't see the point in replaying my characters.
I made a new character for the first time in like half a year recently. It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't get to make new ones so much because my characters live a while.
Yeah. I just don't see the point in replaying my character if I'm moving on to a different character anyway. I might as well just leave that character where it is.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I've carried over two characters now between adventures,
Yeah.
so
I mean,
it can happen.
if I was to play Cloak, but I just wanted to play Cloak and I didn't have a second character lined up,
Mhm.
then I would. But I have a second character lined up now, so I don't see the
Yeah.
point in playing Cloak anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Another way that we've changed is that I was running about 3 to 4 games at all times when we started.
Yeah.
I'm only running one now,
Hmm.
and I'm playing in 3.
Yeah.
I have very slowly managed to hand off my perma DM title to other people.
Hmm.
James is running more games than me now.
Yeah.
He's running 2, and I'm running 1.
Oh, I only knew he was running one.
I've devoted all my attention to this new one, and I think you can tell by my crazy idea that I proposed to you yesterday that we shall not talk about here, because
Oh,
viewers
yes.
may be watching.
Yes. I do remember now. I was like, huh?
The only time I'm ever giving you that item.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. In fact, we'll talk about
What's this mystery item?
it.
Who's
Eberron
that
players,
Pokemon?
go away. Only Laura and actually James can know about this, because I told
Yes.
James because he needs to know so that he can be in the adventure, because he's got a new guy coming in.
Yes.
Yes. But basically, I have this thing where I'm never giving my players a bag of holding, ever, because I just feel like unless it's the very late game, you can cheese the heck out of like everything in the game with a bag of holding, which is absolutely fine to do. It's just I'd rather people try and solve their problems with these instead of with their inventories and their spells and stuff.
Yeah.
But basically, I decided, you know what, screw it. I will give them a bag of holding, but it's gonna have a dungeon inside it.
Yeah. I think that was a pretty cool concept.
So yeah, you can still use it as a bag of holding. It's just most of the space is took up by big
Yeah.
dungeon in there or something.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a pretty cool concept.
Gets you guys going, because one of the best ways that I find you can do like a introduction is just throwing you in the deep end and going, here's a dungeon right off the bat, here's big quests right off the bat, just give you something to do immediately, because then it encourages you guys to go and be adventurers together instead of wasting an hour in the tavern awkwardly being like, hi, yeah, I'm a character,
Yeah.
and thinking, when is the big troll gonna burst out of the hole in the middle?
Well, when we did that first in Waterdeep, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I let that sit long enough where people could introduce
The
themselves.
catapulting was my favourite part.
Where Aerolith had yeeted a like
And Ren.
yeah
Yeah, they were throwing pots and tankards at the the things. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny.
Plenty of memorable moments from that. I still do want to like continue the story from that with a different party, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then probably do Dungeon and Mad Mage, so it might have to not involve most people.
Yeah.
In fact, you're the only one in that game now that hasn't played it.
And Christopher.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I think Chris is kind of just left.
No, I don't think so. I think he's doing his one with his uni friends. He said he might join back some point.
Okay. 'Tis up to him. But yeah, he's always welcome back. But yeah, I've learned a lot as well. I've learned that you really shouldn't run more than 2 games at once. Like, I think it lowers the quality of all of them. If you do that, like...
I mean, I guess it depends on person to person.
Yeah, at least for me though, it feels like if you just run 1 game, maybe 2, you can properly devote a lot of your time and attention into making everything for that.
Yeah.
Which makes it cooler, if you know what I mean. So all of my random ideas I'm shoving into everyone. I've got a bunch of quests outside of the bag that you guys can just kind of choose to do. And I've got the big dungeon in the bag. The general idea was a portable mega dungeon. So that kind of solves some of the problems that Mad Mage has, where I wanted to run one, but I was like, well, how does it not just be a mega dungeon? So it's basically, I think it's going to be a recurring thing, where you guys can just kind of be like, I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of loot and XP recently. Let's just go in the dungeon and get some.
Yeah.
Because it's just up to you guys, and you can just leave whenever. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool.
I think my character will be very, very protective over this bag.
Yeah, definitely.
For personal reasons.
Yeah, of course. You're the only one in the party that doesn't have dark vision.
Oof.
Because of your race that I made. One of the things they
Is it
don't
not?
keep.
Oh, god damn it.
I decided that if you get to have the halfling lucky trait and the gnome advantage on intelligence...
I don't think we've spoken about this.
I homebrewed a race for Laura's character because you were kind of like, I really like halfling.
Well, I think we said when we were coming up with what we would be in the D&D things, we couldn't really decide whether I would be a halfling or a gnome.
I'm like, why not both?
Yeah, so then you made a homebrew race for it.
They're called Gayaz.
Yes. I might put it out on the screen. Spell it.
You could put the thing in the description. I can make it public if you want. It's kind of like
Sure.
a homebrew. You guys can
Free
access the
homebrew.
homebrew in the description. I haven't wrote any lore for it yet. I've just put like a paragraph of stuff. But it's mostly just mechanics. +2 to dex and +1 to intelligence. You get advantage on all the mental saves against spells, like gnomes do, and you also get to reroll any ones on anything. But I think that's the only things that you inherit, because otherwise it
Yeah.
would start getting a bit too powerful.
Yeah.
Because those 2 features are like the bread and butter of either race, and I thought, I'll just keep those, but then they don't get anything else.
But you kept the thing about being able to make stuff as my...
Yeah, I'm letting you keep that little
Yeah.
rock gnome side. It really,
Yeah.
it has literally no practical use.
Yeah, other than I
Just
like to
roleplay.
make stuff.
Just roleplay, so you can make little trinkets and stuff, which you
Yeah.
have around and whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to start running this. I've been building that dungeon for a while. The moment I mentioned it to you, I was just on the grind. I've got like 7 or 8 rooms already.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's massive. It's going to be way, way bigger than 7 or 8 rooms.
God.
But you can leave at any time.
Yeah. I think it will be a leave very quickly thing, probably. I don't want to die. Maybe
It's
if,
balanced for level 3.
Maybe if we get fed up of each other, I'll just go, you're tied in the back now.
You're just like, alright guys, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Because it is like kind of a travel bag, so you could probably like just shut it.
Or if, like, say we can't get through anything because everybody's too tall, cough Valdor.
That's
I'll
why I
just-
made it a massive travel bag.
Yeah, I'll just go, here, pop in this bag, I'm tiny, let's go.
That's also a cool thing of like, oh, I just realised it's a perfect solution to, hey, I won't be here this week.
Yeah, you're in the bag.
You go in the bag.
Get in the
Or
bag.
the other alternative, we're going to go in the bag.
Yes.
Make sure that no one tries to take it.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I like that.
Yes.
That
That's
works.
perfect. So I'll just always have a dungeon ready for you guys to just go in purely because it's a dungeon.
Yeah.
Kind of a break from all the story stuff whenever you guys want it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty cool idea. I do like that.
Because, I mean, if I have the chance, because I'm only running one thing now, if I have the chance to cram an entire mega dungeon in a game and an adventure, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, you might as well.
Exactly.
We were going to talk about my homebrew one-shot thing.
Yes. Okay,
'cause
so
I
you
know-
mentioned Candyland.
Yeah.
What are you thinking along the lines of that, then?
Well, when I think of Candyland, I just think of the thing from Wreck-It Ralph.
I thought you were going to mention Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
We're thinking a Candyland racing game.
No, I'm not doing Mario Kart again because I failed last time. But maybe something similar to that.
There's much more advanced D&D-esque mechanics for that if you wanted to use them. Descent into Avernus.
Mario Kart.
Well, not Mario Kart per se, but infernal war machines, which are basically demon cars. We can
Oh.
yoink the stats for those and just make them Candyland cars.
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like it would be quite cool to fight some like peppermint sticks.
To be fair,
maybe like a mixture of Wreck-It Ralph and Adventure Time.
if you
you
wanted,
know,
I could make that
Princess
like a
Bubblegum's
whole
here.
the next ECATH, if you know what I mean, like another side adventure to do if I start getting bored of a main thing. Because what is it? Dimension 20, one of my favorite D&D shows.
Yeah, I think you mentioned
did
they did
like
a
a
candy
20 something. We watched one together or something
Yeah.
when we were just chilling. They did like a Candyland, except the theme was Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So it was massive wars, death, crying, and Jesus, every encounter in that game was awful. They were so destined to die. But like no one died until like episode 6. And
Yeah.
only one person did after like doing a self-sacrifice thing and being like a warlock or something and casting fly on a bunch of people to let them go. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked it. A lot of those kind of themed adventures are cool.
Yeah.
So like another one they did was superheroes in New York.
Oh, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. So and all of them were various. They were either disasters or amazing. So one of them was a very typical New Yorker lady who one like randomly just learned how to be extremely spiritual, and she's a drunken master monk.
Nice.
And then the other side of the spectrum is like a, you know, main New York headline performer or something in like the most popular places who is actually a fake queen. And everything in between. There's like a firefighter that's a good old paladin who saves people
Yeah.
and is nice. And it's probably my favorite like party that I've ever seen that isn't ours.
Yeah.
Because they're just amazing. There's some dude called Pickled Pete who's a sorcerer with a gun. And he's just world magic and he has no idea what the heck is going on.
Thank you.
But yeah, I guess fighting little peppermint dudes could be cool.
Yeah. Well, when I was thinking of it, well, my first thought was about Wreck-It
think-
Ralph. But then I also thought, well, you know, in Adventure Time, you've not seen that, have you?
I have seen sprinklings. Episodes here and there.
Princess Bubblegum's kingdom's basically all magic, and there's the peppermint butler guy. I can't remember whether that's his name or whatever. And then, so like her whole kingdom is basically like Candyland,
Mm-hmm.
and like villages that are made out of candy and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think something like that would be pretty cool. But I would also maybe want to do a sequel to the Goose game.
A sequel to the Goose game.
Yeah, Goose 2.
Goose 2. What I was thinking for the thingy is that if there's an encounter or something, it should be in like the Mentos Falls or something.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be really awesome. There's like some guy at the top just like chipping him away during the fight or whatever that you got to deal with or something.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I always think about what would be like the coolest thing that they could do in terms of like, I don't know, traps or whatever. So like
Yeah.
there was a trap in one of the dungeons that was like a riddle that you could solve that was fairly easy, that would hit you with a massive freaking swinging thing if you got it right.
Yeah.
Just because
Oh wait, did you pull that one on us?
I did.
With the candle thing?
What candle thing?
It was a riddle in the answer.
Yeah, it was
candle.
it was a riddle about a candle or whatever, and if you answered it, a massive just falling like ball on the end of a chain, just woo, and then goes back
Yeah.
up into the ceiling. It's a pointless riddle in the middle of nowhere that you think is going to help you and it doesn't. That dungeon was just full of random stuff that I thought was funny.
Yeah.
And I think it worked. Especially the weird beholder thing that killed most of you. The one with the mouths
Oh yes.
instead of the eyes.
That was weird.
It was. It was cool though. I liked that thing. I might use it again at some point. Who knows?
I feel like if you were to do a candy version of everything, you'd have to make everything candified. So
Yeah.
like maybe a beholder could be like a lollipop.
It's
with, like, several
massive
other lollipop.
jawbreaker with a bunch of candy canes.
Yeah. That's a good idea actually.
Mm-hmm.
What would a mind flare be? I feel like a mind flare would be
A mind
gummy worm.
flayer wouldn't be gummy, I don't think. They would
you
be they would be like chocolate. But like chocolate
Oh, you mean like
eggs.
a Freddo?
Kinda. Yeah, I guess they're caramelly on the inside. I like how
Not
we're
all
just
Freddos are caramelly.
well, yeah.
That'd be
The
a
best ones
caramel
are, though.
Freddo. No, don't like caramel. I'm very fussy when it comes to unhealthy food.
But yeah, that'd be cool. What else? I think some other funny things could be like I don't know, it's a Tarrasque, but it's just big old chocolate bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be pretty
To
cool.
be fair, in that like Candyland thing that Dimension 20 did, one of the characters was like, you know, one of the like Malteser bunny dudes. But yeah, that would be awesome. What do you think that the players would be doing?
What would they do?
Yeah, what's the quest in Candyland?
Maybe the candy rulers were being overthrown.
It's a rebellion.
Yeah.
Maybe like the two. What's like a really big clash in terms of sweets? Like two brands that are like opposing and everyone either loves or hates.
Bounty.
It's Bounty versus like no what are two just really unlikable ones?
Bounty.
So Bounty and Licorice.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're young, we don't like the bitter stuff. Like the Licorice Kingdom or whatever is like, oh my god, the Bounty Bandits are coming. They're gonna
Yeah. And then the outlying villages, they're all like the things you actually like.
Yeah, and they're just ignored.
Yeah. Because the other two are so big-headed, they think they're supreme.
Maybe they're like using the Bounty Bandits. Maybe they have like flake battering ram creatures or something that immediately just break the moment they like hit a wall or something and break the wall as well.
Yeah.
And just become a bunch of flakes. Oh my god. We're getting too creative with it. Please stop us. We've been going for an hour, it would seem.
We can continue if you feel like you want to say more.
I don't
I'm
know.
relaxing my systems in my head. Relaxing my 1 hour schedule in my head.
You're relaxing it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, to be fair, I don't have much else to say other than, again, we hit a K.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's really awesome that we've got here, and it genuinely means like a lot. Like, this is a big
I mean,
milestone.
let's be honest. I really didn't think we'd be this far.
This has
by
been
now.
like a childhood dream of yours for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved being on YouTube and doing stuff on YouTube, so for me to actually get somewhere with that, it's quite... Obviously, I'm not in this as much as you are, but, like, just to know that something I've done has been, like, mildly successful is very rewarding for
Oh,
me
they're
in
saying
my head.
mildly.
I mean, if you think in comparison to everybody else on YouTube, it's mildly successful. But for me, it is a big success because this is something that I've wanted to do for a while, so it's quite interesting.
And all you needed was a sexy, charismatic boyfriend to get it done.
Yes. Who knows a lot about a subject that people like to watch.
I imagine if you had done this by yourself, it would not be consistent at all.
Well, no, let's be honest. I haven't stuck with something for so long that it would be useful enough for me to do a topic about it. If I was to do one of those videos, it would be like the challenge I did, a 30-day challenge, crocheting for 30 days. I did it because
You should just alternate those.
Well, that's just how often all of my things do.
I've tried this stuff before as well, and it's been, I think, more successful,
Probably.
but purely out of luck.
Mine was quite literally just me and my brother messing about, and then me playing with soft toys because I was young.
I was in a very, very successful YouTube series that got hundreds of thousands of views once, when I was like 11 or something, and it was very, very successful for no reason. I have no idea why it was. It was a bunch of kids pretending to basically be the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I hadn't even watched it. I didn't know what we were doing. Everyone else did. They just wanted me in it because they're like, "You're an actor." I'm like, I guess. So that's my claim to fame. I was in, I don't know if it's still up. I'll actually have a look right now. And we'll see if we can link it if it's there, because that'll be funny. You can see my, I think my pants were hanging out that entire time or something.
For Americans, when we say pants, we mean underpants, because we call what you call pants trousers.
Sorry, underpants.
You got a snippet of Jake's American accent. You need to do a mock-up of Patch.
Do you mean a mock-up of Patch? I'm not actually doing Patch's voice. You cannot expect me to do that.
Well, it's just high-pitched American.
Yeah, he deleted it.
He
deleted them all because they're like the most embarrassing things in the universe.
Fair enough.
But yeah, awesome. They don't exist anymore, sad times. I think maybe if I could talk to him, he might have them still somewhere. Lying around, maybe. It's weird going back on.
I still have my old ones lying around.
We can leave that up to everyone else to find, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'll insert a little clip when I said I would, but I'm not going to say any names of the channel. You will have to find it yourself. And to the people, the MTP crew, and my brother, who already know what the channel is called, please do not tell everybody else, because that spoils the fun.
Be kind of funny if you did, though.
Well, they'd see me and my brother messing about. Because that's quite literally what it is. I'll give you a few hints. It was semi-Minecraft related.
I think the profile picture is Minecraft, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And the name is Minecraft related.
Keep that in mind. But yeah, that series that I was in was kind of funny, and I'm very sad it's gone, because it would have been hilarious to show people.
I can insert some of your other videos that you've done.
Yeah, because you have one of my old ones.
I found them.
Yeah, because you're a stalker.
Yeah, I found them.
You're just a massive stalker looking into all
what
of my past.
did...
I didn't do that to you, did I?
Well, mine's not associated with my name. What I did was check where our videos were ranking, and then I saw one that looked like your face, and I was like, hold on a second, and then I went on a deep dive. And found a bunch of your old videos.
Some really old ones in there.
Yeah, one where you're going off about how much you love Beano.
I do love Beano. I still do.
You see, there's this comic that I get every week called the Beano. Now, I really want you guys to read it, otherwise it might just go out of sale, and that I would not like at all.
I don't get them anymore, but I love Beano. Beano is one of the best comic series ever.
I might insert a clip of that.
Please do, it'll be awesome. But thank you for watching. If you've been watching since the start, you're the real ones. If you join late, you're still the real ones.
Everybody are the real ones here.
Unless you're not subscribed.
Yeah.
Then you're a fake one. Very excited to look forward to like another year of this stuff. It'll be really awesome. Because we ain't stopping no time soon.
Nope.
This is the one thing that you can consistently stay with.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it too.
Yeah. Because I have somebody else that is making me do it as well.
I'm not letting you back out now. This was your choice, and I'm here.
Well, I still enjoy it, so...
The day you stop enjoying it is the day that we die. Imagine that's just tomorrow. You just
Yeah.
messaged me like, I don't want to do this
I'm
anymore.
just like, I'm fed up with Magical Tea Party now.
We're not gonna ever be fed up of this, I don't
No.
think.
I think I enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would.
For perspective, this entire project thing that we've been doing this entire year and stuff, I'm more proud of than anything I've ever performed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That goes to show.
Because it's making me money now. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm
Dollar
kidding.
dollar.
That ain't the thing. I just really like performing. This was a good outlet for performing when college wasn't really around and the pandemic had started and
That
such.
actually threw us off quite a bit, to be honest.
The videos got worse.
Yeah, because
And
you
then
had
much
to.
better.
I mean, we block filmed a bunch of them,
Mhm.
and then
Thank God.
yes, thank God for doing that.
And then
And
it was
then-
just me in my room. Some people actually preferred that in the comments
Oh.
that they'd said. A few people were like, "Why is the set changed? I like the old one."
Yeah.
The one in my room.
No,
They didn't.
No, they said that on the old videos of you in your room.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna look
I
back in the comments because
swear
I
they did.
think it was about.
No, I swear they did, because if I remember correct, it was on those videos, and it said, "Why is the set changed? I prefer the old one in here."
Mhm.
They're very old ones, so I would go back quite a bit.
I'm going back. It was. Oh God, I hate that one. I mean, I guess it's nice, but I'm actually not an object. Okay. The "you cute as hell, lol, you really strod" one.
Yes.
Ugh. Icky. No offense, but ugh. not a fan of those. But yeah, well, I'll look for these afterwards. Geez, looking back at this, people like to comment on these a lot.
I think some of them are more recent, but yeah, we get quite a few comments on the older videos still.
Yeah. But yeah, here's to another year.
Yes. We don't have drinks this time. No, you're not cheersing my foot. Oh, fine, whatever.
Cheers. It was the closest object that we could cheers. Apart from these, but that sound
No,
would be
oh,
awful. That
that-
sound would be
No, that just
awful.
no.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Stick with us. It's gonna get better and better.
Yes, and you are all awesome.
Actually, only 99% of them are.
Oh,
You in particular, you know who you are.
you right now watching
Jono.
this video.
Screw you. I'm joking, I didn't mean it.
Jono makes awesome edits.
Jono's awesome.
Yes.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Also, look forward to some special 1K videos.
Do
Bye.
that. Bye.
Moo moo. Moo moo. And the audio will stay on because I've got to turn the camera off first. Haha. Bye bye.